Hope all you swabbies are still awake. Late Night Mega here. And we're back with 9th place by That Entity Girl. It's spicy top action with an average score of 78.38. MJack screwed up the score at 62.5. Why do you have a 0.5 MJack? And MJack is the only one that... Okay. I guess PK Ouija is slightly below the average, but... Interesting aesthetics already. The animated background, okay. Music is great, but it's, you know, remixed Mega Man music, so why wouldn't it be? Well, it could very easily not be, but... Okay, introducing a gimmick, an enemy, and then combining the two. Oh, that's top time. It is a remake of... This is Mega Man 2 Game Boy music, isn't it? Oh my goodness, I was not ready for that. That was silly. And I enjoyed it. Let's just take the dodging challenge. Because I can do that anyways. Aesthetics are a bit weird. Like, I don't know if we're supposed to be outside or inside, but... Yeah, okay. Still not a fan of top platforms. I'm still not a fan of top platforms. At least we had a checkpoint here. No, I shouldn't have screwed that up. The blue flame. Multipath. Okay, well, there's a checkpoint there. I'm not replaying the stage twice. Let's take the underground waterway. Oh my. That was unnecessarily dangerous. Because now it feels like I'm not gonna see some part of the stage. These blue flames can persist through water. They are that special. Oh gosh. Easier to just tank it. Yeah. Not when you don't have health, though. Yep, really? I protest that hit. I protest that hit as well. I thought I was well past the flame and above its hitbox. I feel like I'm getting hit on those flames, like, before I should. Ooh, those are tight jumps. That's a little bit hectic there. This is just annoying. Yeah, I don't like that. That's a long stretch. Since I'm not coming back to this stage, can we just, like, get up there? Get some sort of preview of... No. No, we cannot. What the heck is up with the background now? What happened to my pretty wavy water? And now there's all this? Okay, this use of top platforms, I don't mind. Making them stationary. And we finally found the other enemy. But who knows what we would have found if we... Yeah, there's a whole secondary path. I suppose I have to... Well, I guess since the stage is so short, we can do that. This is gonna be a thing. Okay, I can just go... Let's get the top boy first. Dodgeability of this kind of works. It kind of works. I wanna keep trying to dodge him. I love double boss fights. Another thing that threw me off at the start of this was that it looks like there's a solid platform up there. Why? Why do the aesthetics look like that? Oh, that's not. Yeah, these two are dodgeable together. Okay, maybe not in that particular moment. I get above tops. That was supposed to be a slide, Mega Man. Man, now I just gotta deal with Solar Man. And this version of Solar Man, as I discussed last time we had him, should actually be a little bit easier. Got him. I like that double boss fight. Good double boss fights where they're both where they feel like they're dodgeable works, and I think it works really well. I think that one worked really well, and that was really the highlight. Let's take the other path. But this is why I don't like alternate paths in these types of stages. Because it's like, what can you offer me? Like, I gotta go through the first third of the stage to get to the alternate path again. Like, why? What is going to be so great that we can't live without? We're gonna go back and find out, and then we're gonna complain about alternate paths some more. I thought I was not going to make that jump. Yeah, there's like no shot of you getting that first. Yep. Top platforms. I still don't like them. They're not as bad here as they were in that one pipe stage. Oh yes, I have to go. This was a ridiculously funny surprise. Now having to wait for a top platform. I wish those would spawn more frequently. In almost every instance. Okay, now I can get through this section again. I wasn't far enough over to the right, and I wasn't going to get there if I made a small hop before that. I don't like those top platforms. I still don't like them. Yeah, you better spawn. Okay, now we're gonna go this way. Check out this portion of the stage. Yeah, so I had to repeat half the stage to get to this section that we didn't see yet. Well, at least they're spawning more rapid. For that challenge, I would like a little bit more leeway, though. Like, 1 tile more leeway. Okay, well, at least they're damaged. But yeah, that needs 1 more tile of leeway. So this is just an above-water spiky section. And the spikes are only 4 damage. That's why I went for that. What is the point of that silliness? Oh, I see. To make this really obnoxious to try and do Buster only. Now I have to be... I don't like top platforms. At least the checkpointing has been good in this stage. Like, I can't even... I can't do this the way that it's intended. I don't even know how you would do this the way that it's intended. It's a unique challenge, but it's not a good challenge. Like, this is not. I'm so over this challenge. I'm so over saltwater disappointing me against snakes. Snakes, my enemy is below me. I just forget it. And then you could screw up that jump, and then you gotta do that. Oh dear. Oh, that's a thing that happened. Okay then. Yeah, I was just kind of letting it do its thing after that. Oh, again with the... I don't like this section. Whatever. At least they're damage spikes, but... And then we're back here. Okay. The double boss fight was great, the top platforms were not. There were some really amusing moments, though. This is definitely not a 95 out of 100 stage, though. I love what you've done here. You show the conventional use of the gimmicks, then break expectations in the best way. To start out, the level is beautiful. I love the layers, I love the background, and I love the music. Anyway, I think doing split paths is risky in this contest, but this is great. No. Why did it need to be a split path? Just why? There wasn't, like, goodies on what... Even if there were goodies, like, why have a split path? You're essentially telling people, hey, you don't have to play a certain half of the stage, but if you do want to play the whole stage and get the full experience, you gotta play through the first half of the stage twice to do so. I don't like that design. By using split paths, you made 2 new gimmicks without making the level feel bloated and without underutilizing one gimmick or the other. At the start of both paths, you get a tight platforming section in which you made the great decision of using damage spikes. Yeah, if those were not damage spikes, this would be like a tier 5 level. Especially that top section. If you use normal spikes, this level would be Thank you. But these sections are tough and engaging and let their gimmicks really shine. You made the fire very slow moving, which was really awesome. They were moving at different rates. It still goes with the theme of precise movement, but suddenly there's more pressure. Even in the last stretch, the line of moving fire, it just feels satisfying even if it isn't too hard. The top section likewise starts with precise sections with damage spikes. Then the next section gets spicy. Using the super fast and super slow tops makes it almost not even feel like it's... makes it not even feel like it's fun. Feel like the same gimmick, but man, it's fun. No, it's not. Every time I play this section, I'm just having a blast. Yeah, you're fired. I guess I just wanted a better last segment, but I can't complain too much with this level other than wanting to see more. Why are the tops so fast? Ahem. Overall, this level has been crafted very well, utilizing the enemies in fun and creative ways. I'm not too keen on the splitting of the paths, but it is what it is. The upper one is made a bit weirdly with all the super fast tops, and some sections there felt weird. Yeah, I've got video footage of that. The lower one, on the other hand, has a more slow and methodical nature to it, which I personally preferred. Same here. Not a big fan of double boss battles. I love double boss battles when they're done well, and this particular version of Solar Man and Top Man paired very well together. More like spiky top action, am I right? Oh gosh, am I about to agree with M-Jack? Am I about to agree with M-Jack? Because wow, even with the extremely neutered damage spikes in this level, I sure was getting impaled by a lot of pointy things in rapid succession in this level. Oh my gosh, I'm about to agree with M-Jack again. Now, if my decimal score looks a little weird... Oh yeah, you did that in the... There's a good reason for it. Given the split paths in this level are so different, I thought it was only fair that I judge the two sections separately and then average my scores together, given that this level's two paths were 23 points apart. That only seemed fair. Okay. I understand the logic, but just... That's just like overcomplicating things. You're judging the whole level as a whole, not judging two separate levels for a split path. This is another reason why I don't like split paths, because then you get judges that do weird crap like this. Oh, so much for agreeing with him, Jack. But before we get there, let me just state for the record that the first part of the level before the paths diverge is extremely fun. Yeah, I liked it. The enemies and gimmicks are introduced separately and in low-stakes situations, as they should be, without ever feeling like the level is slowing down to do introductions. And there's a great gag with the absurdly tall fire totem, is that it's a lowland form. I get the reference, but stop making references! Now the lower path. The underwater one. That's legitimately fantastic. It feels like a continuation of the path above. It's very challenging, but in a totally doable way. And the checkpointing's generous should you fail. There was that one spot that was a little too busy, but it was pretty good overall. Couple minor adjustments I would make in there. I think the slow section, where you're between some very tight fire spikes, could be shortened or sped up a tad. Yeah, those tight fire, that was my biggest complaint about that, the lower section. Aside from the whole fire underwater thing, but, you know, whatever. That's really my only complaint. But that upper path with the tops is a little weird. That's putting it mildly. I did eventually figure out the timing on the super fast tops, but it's extremely tricky and takes a lot of trial and error to figure out how to get past them as they whiz by. At first I thought it was effectively random, and I ate up a lot of deaths once they started tossing you into spiked ceilings. The bomb thrown sections also feel a little out of place, since they don't show up earlier and exist in weirdly rompy open spaces that don't jibe. Isn't that supposed to be vibe, not jibe? J and V aren't even close together on the keyboard. Is jibe even a word? It's probably some weird word that no one really uses. Again, that wouldn't be the first case of MJack doing that. Finally, two slight demerits. This stage is extremely busy visually, and while I thought the sunset was pretty, albeit kind of familiar, the stage's visual aesthetic looked cobbled together from a bunch of Make Good Mega Man Level 2 content in a way that was distracting. And golly gee, that dual boss is tricky. And not in the fun way this stage is No. The dual boss was fun. Is the correct strategy hug the edge of the screen so that Solar Man falls in a pit and kills himself? What? Or spam Rain Flush and then just fight Top Man like normal? Watch my video on how to do it. That's what you need to do. They're both dodgeable together. Neither is particularly fun. You're not particularly competent. I feel like I've seen like this exact comment before about this double boss fight. About the whole... Did I have a dream about MJack's comments before I got to this day? I don't know. I don't know anything anymore. Those top platforms did a number on me. As is this essay. I did like this level, but it's definitely blisteringly hard in spots, which you're clearly aware of, what with all the checkpoints everywhere. I suspect this top action might be a little too spicy for some palates, but for me, I liked it just fine. Shame about that top path, though. Yeah. Okay. There were definitely a lot of creative uses out of the assets here. Both the Top Man platforms and fire spikes had a nice deal of diversity to them, and they never really felt stale. Even the fire totem enemy got in on the fun and had some unique setups that you don't usually see. Overall, I would say the first half of the level was well made. Everything is introduced to you rather well, and outside of a few jumps here and there that really feel too far away from their own good, it's well made. Okay, a point where separate paths, and I think I made this point in the Make Good Mega Man Level 2 contest, the separate paths I was a little bit more okay with if there were multiple energy elements in the stage. That's not a thing in this contest, so separate paths really shouldn't be. And even in Make Good Mega Man Level 2, if you're doing separate paths like that, it's still not a good idea, because the issue of repeating the same thing that you did to get back to the split path, that's still an issue. Unless your split path is like literally at the very beginning of the stage, but then that's fine, I guess. The separate paths begin to lead to a problem in the fact that each path only really focuses on one of the two gimmicks. You get to see some creative uses of both tops and fire spikes, with a lot of actual spikes thrown in. I'm grateful they weren't insta-death, and even then, it almost felt too excessive at points. Almost, really? But if you want to see the other half, you have to play the level twice. I wouldn't recommend forcing the player to play both, otherwise the level would go on for too long. Yeah, so you'd have to, like, combine the two sections but shorten up the entire level and just make it all one path instead of the split path. But some in between where one of the gimmicks doesn't just vanish from the level entirely for the second half because the other is on a split path. I guess that's why they had the split path, to have one gimmick versus another gimmick, but that's odd too. It just makes the whole thing feel strangely segmented, especially at the end where the two come back together again. But it can't really use any of the more complicated forms of the gimmicks, since, well, there's a good chance the player hasn't seen one of them. This seems like a really strange thing to harp on about, because I guess in the end I'm just sad that we couldn't get both of the gimmicks working together in full tandem because of the level being split in two. And really, my biggest complaint is I wanted more of your fun ideas. So I guess that's still a win at the end of the day. Still don't like top platforms. This simulation gives me heartburn. Fortunately, I can eject my heart and let it burn on the ground. Okay then. I need to talk to... No, go to... Oh, really? Why can I do that there but not... Stairs, you're fired. What if other passengers were in the simulations with me and I mistook them for enemies? I like how wide his eye got. It feels good to stretch my legs. I've been cooped up in a shipping crate so I could sneak on... hello? Okay. Now let's go talk to this guy first. Power Slam. And I still haven't been featured in a single simulation. Aww. Blame the randomized boxes. Your strong lavender scent. Alright, we've got caterpillars. Oh, we've got the Mega Man 4 Game Boy Ballet Bomb things. Those should be interesting. The ring platforms. There's Time Bomb enemies. Does that really count as a real enemy? I thought that was just a thing one of the Wily machines in one of the Game Boy games shot out. Well, that'll be interesting. But for now, I'll take my leave.